It's big, it's bright, and it's back. It's the FIBA 3x3 All-Stars in Doha, baby. Coming up, we'll introduce you to the players who booked their place at the All-Stars by winning the Do NBA 3x Tour in Los Angeles, New York Harlem NBA. You'll also hear how Qatar changed the life of Irfan Ali Saeed and how he's helping make 3x3 a big deal in his country. And you'll get a look at 3x3 star Amjad Singh and why all of India is following his squad Amamatsu. Doha hosts a sporting event that has its roots in the parks and streets. A game played on a half court with one hoop over a 10-minute period with 12-second shot clocks and a first team to 21 points winner. And this year, it's do or die. No second chances, no excuses. It's win or go home from the quarterfinals all the way to the title game. The first quarterfinal saw an experienced Ljubljana team go up against the youngsters of McGill University from Canada. And the winners of the FISU 3x World University League proved that age ain't nothing but a number against the team that just won the 3x3 World Tour Final. Ljubljana didn't start to take command until they had an 8-7 lead. McGill left Yasmin Hercegovac wide open, and the World Tour Final MVP gave him a two-piece to assume a three-point lead. The Iceman then froze the D and set up the Birdman, Blas Schreiner, for a one-handed yammer. McGill got a much-needed two-ball when Sebastian Beckett buried one from long range to keep their hopes alive. But Chajic, Iceman, Birdman, and Kuntz made play after play. It was a 22-11 breeze-by win.
I must admit it's a little bit difficult to be back after such a great win, back on track. But hey, it's a game. It's a thing we have to do. So we are focusing and looking forward to the next games.
Next up, it was Saskatoon against New York Harlem NBA. And this one was lit like Times Square from the opening play. Harlem's Dave Seegers beat Michael Linklater, then Disco Damo set him up with a oop for the first points of the game. Nolan Brudell, the America's top player, immediately answered with a two-ball for Saskatoon. Disco Damo responded by giving Linklater a mean crossover before finishing with a soft floater. After Seegers turned defense into offense with a steal and a J, Linklater answered with a three-point play after getting the hoop and the harm from long range. Saskatoon was making shots, but Harlem, beast mode, Lich, cruised to the cup for an easy two-handed boom. But Brudell showed he can play above the rim too. The big plays at the end, though, belong to New York Harlem NBA, the team that qualified for the 3x3 All-Stars after winning the Do NBA 3x Tour in LA. Disco Damo scored on a strong drive, then Super Dave came to the rescue as he flew towards the rim untouched for a game-winning putback that put his team in the semifinals.
Not an easy game. You know, we knew they was gonna come out and play. So we had to. A lot of slip, a lot of mental mistakes in this game that could bite us in the long run. So we just gonna play hard every possession now.
That American team had your full attention, huh? Let me tell you a little bit more about them. Dominique Disco Damo Jones, Anthony Cox, Kayvon Litch, and Super Dave Seegers. Players with talent, players with desire, players that want to be the best. And they were the best at the Do NBA 3x Tour in Los Angeles while playing for New York Harlem, a title that punched their ticket to the 3x3 All-Stars in Doha. And when this Fab Four showed up in Qatar for the event after winning in LA, they had the name New York Harlem NBA, and that's a big deal.
Once you get the NBA involved, you know, they got the best players in the world. I don't really think there's no higher level.
Be recognized by the NBA, that's awesome.
Having anything associated with your name in the NBA is always a blessing.
New York Harlem didn't just win the Do NBA 3x Tour. They were awesome. They didn't lose a game.
Just to go out there and compete, they wasn't expecting the team coming from 3,000 miles to come over there and do what we did, but we made our imprint.
When we won the LA, I was in shock because I knew we had a good chance, and then to win it all, undefeated.
This is just like a culmination of everything we work hard to get at.
What winning in LA did was get rid of the sting of losing big games in the past for the players of New York Harlem. Litch got to the title game with Team USA at the 2016 3x3 World Championships, but lost to Serbia. Jones and Seegers were among the Harlem Four that fell in a heartbreaking Mexico City Masters final this summer.
The LA experience was awesome. It was like we wanted to win. I wanted to win so bad. I wasn't really talking to anyone. I wasn't really interacting with anyone. I was there with one goal, and it was to win, because I lost too many heartbreakers in 3x3.
We lost a lot of buzzer beaters, So I think our only losses, that's really our only losses off buzzer beaters. But those one little mental mistakes, if we eliminate that, then the outcome is very, very different.
So why did it finally come together in Los Angeles for Harlem?
We finally got the team that we've been waiting for. Like, this is the team that we first tried to put together the first year, and we got one tournament together, all four of us, and we went 10-0. So I feel like we're so hard to beat.
Every man on the team is strong in their own individual way. We're pretty much unguardable as a one-on-one player. Like, I play hard, I work hard, and if you had to match up with me, you got that workout. So
we all bring something different to the table. We all smart in our own way. We all tough in our own way. I just bring my own brand of basketball to the team that I guess they felt like they needed.
We're very hungry and we're very humble about it, but when we step on that court, ain't no friends. There's nothing that we coming for blood.
Amamatsu, just a couple of weeks removed from reaching the World Tour final, had high hopes in Qatar, but they were dashed in their quarterfinal against Doha. Tanguy Ngambo was big, bad, and unstoppable. On one move, he straight beasted Amamatsu's Bikramjit Gill. After overpowering the Canadian, he added salt to the wound with an emphatic one-hand smash with Gill looking from below. The 2011 NBA draft pick dominated the game with 8 points, but he didn't do it alone. Irfan Ali Saeed also got it going for Doha, and he had 7 points. The tournament host kicked Amamatsu out quicker than Martin did Pam, as Doha advanced 21-11.
We kind of ready for them because we knew back then what they did in Abu Dhabi. They're going to come strong, so the only way to beat them is just to play stronger than them, and that's what we did.
The last quarterfinal saw the #1 3x3 team in the world, Novi Sad Awada, go up against Manila. And the team from the Philippines gave Bulletproof and company fits. One of the best plays in the game, as a matter of fact, saw Manila's CJ Perez make Dejan Majstorovic, aka the Maestro, look straight silly. Majstorovic wasn't bad himself when he got the ball, though. The Serbian sharpshooter gave him string music to the tune of 9 points in all. And Marko Savic also got in on the act. He had 7 points, and Novi Sad Awada, after a bit of a bumpy ride, won 18-11.
Team Manila have a big audience. Everybody cheer for them. I think we have a lot of opening shots, and we miss everything. But with good defense, we win on the end.
The 8 players in the shootout contest at the 3x3 All-Stars had plenty of incentive not to just win, but to win big. If the winner were to break the shootout contest record of 15 points, then his prize money would double to $2,000 USD. Nolan Brudell of Saskatoon, Bikramjit Gill of Amamatsu, Disco Damo of New York Harlem NBA, and Dejan Majstorovic of Novi Sad Awada made it to the final round. The real contest turned out to be Disco Damo and the Maestro. Disco Damo Jones went from missing the first 3 attempts to knocking down 9 of his next 10. The stroke was working. And then he got colder than a ski team, unfortunately. He didn't get any of his last 4 shots to go down and finished with 10 points. Then up stepped the Maestro, trailing Disco Damo by 2 points heading to the final rack, where each make was worth 2 points. He knocked down the first 2 to take the lead with 12 points. Bikramjit Gill only had 7, and so did Saskatoon's Nolan Brudell. So the Maestro claimed the shootout title. He didn't get the record, but he still collected a pretty nice check, walking home with 1 G in his pocket.
I want to say thank you to my teammates. They believe in me today, so we're gonna split money, and that's perfect.
Irfan Ali Saeed has come a long way in 3x3 basketball, and much of that is owed to his adopted homeland of Qatar. Saeed, one of the main reasons behind the big quarterfinal win against Amamatsu, knew the sport in Senegal, but it was very different there.
You know how to run and jump, you know how to play basketball. That's how it is back home. But when you get here, you gotta learn quick.
And learn the nuances and tactics of 3x3 he did in Qatar. Saeed plays 5-on-5 too, but his natural talent and skill have also made him a nice fit in 3x3. He's gotten the chance to do both for Qatar, and it's had a huge impact on his career.
It took me maybe like half a year for them to naturalize me. And then since then, I've been playing for the national team, which is a great opportunity from where I'm coming from. For 14 years, I've been playing for the national team, and there is nothing better than somebody opening the door for you, welcome you, and then take you like one of them. I feel like I'm home.
Qatar is sure glad that Saeed is one of them. He helped them win the 2014 3x3 World Championships, something they did by beating juggernaut Serbia in the final. Saeed was amazed by the reaction he and his teammates got back in Qatar.
After we won and we came back early morning, and everyone, they were at the airport. I mean, people from the federation, fans. It was so surprising for us, for Qatar in the basketball, to win something like that. It was a really big thing for the country. I don't think they ever win anything that big in the country.
The 2014 triumph served as inspiration for other basketball players in Qatar. The under-18 team achieved an amazing double this year, winning both the U18 Asian Championships and the U18 World Championships. The 2.2-meter big man knows that his team's success, both on the World Tour and internationally, has been a platform to build on for 3x3 in Qatar.
3-on-3 is growing in Qatar. It's really growing. Club teams, they have their teams. Each generation, they come with different way of playing, different mindset. So right now, we're in the learning process. They're learning from us, we're learning from them. The team is growing slowly, but we're hoping for the best in the future. The future is the kids.
Ljubljana had the wind in their sails as they went into their semifinal at the 3x3 All-Stars against New York Harlem NBA after winning the World Tour final in Abu Dhabi and also winning convincingly against McGill University. Revenge was also on their mind because in Abu Dhabi last year, New York Harlem got the better of them.
And that baseline shot has just put NY Harlem into the semi-final. In overtime, it's a thriller.
Disco Damo Jones didn't waste any time going behind the back and hitting the jumper for the first point of the game, and then picking Yasmin Herzegovats clean and passing it inside for an easy score. Super Dave then scored to make it 3-1, but New York Harlem made a big mistake, leaving the Iceman wide open for a 2, and if you know like I know, he's always good like grandma's cookies. The basket was like a shot of espresso for the Slovenians. Herzegovats delivered a sweet wraparound bounce pass to Tomo Chajic. Then they went on a 12-3 run and raced to a 15-6 lead when Birdman went caw from the wing. Another 2-pointer went down, and it was a 17-7 ball game. New York Harlem NBA made things interesting though with a 5-1 run to keep their faint hopes alive. But Ljubljana snuffed out the threat. Herzegovats scored with a beautiful reverse to get them within a point of victory, and Birdman finished them off with his second 2-ball of the game to give Ljubljana a 22-14 win.
We lost against them last year in overtime, and we are eager to give them back for that loss. I mean, they're a great team, definitely. But we played so well. We're shooting great as on Abu Dhabi finals, and one more game to go.
The hometown crowd then got a double dose of excitement in the second semi. They got to watch their squad Doha take on Novi Sad Al Wahda, a team that didn't seem to have recovered from their disappointing outing at the World Tour Final in their quarterfinal win. This game was all about the man, the myth, the growing legend, Dusan Bullet. The number one 3x3 player in the world put up the best individual performance of the tournament with a ridiculous 14 points. Big Bad Tanguy Ngambo put his ferocious dunking ability on display and got his bang on to show Bullet proof that he came to play. Anyway, Bullet looked like he was running circles around Doha at times and got his groove back like Stella from 2 range. Although Adu Musaka booked his spot in the top 5 with this steal and two-handed monster mash. Bullet even drilled one of his jumpers off 1 foot like Dirk Nowitzki, well, because he just got skills like that. He capped his performance by finding his way through a tight defense for a drive and a bucket. It was a Novi Sad Al Wahda beatdown, 21-8.
We play a good game, but next one is the most important of the season. I think we can beat them, and I think there is no better final of the season. There's 2 teams that are the best right now in the world, and we want to see what's going to happen.
They may not have shined in Doha, but they proved 3x3 powerhouse Novi Sad Al Wahda wasn't invincible. There's been plenty of calls for fans in India and Japan to pay attention to the World Tour. Japanese side Amamatsu includes 3 players of Indian origin, and they have been lighting up the tour, let me tell you. They're Inderbir Gill, Bikramjit Gill, and Amjad Singh. Inderbir is an American of Indian origin, while Bikramjit, a Canadian, also has Indian roots. Amjad Singh hails from Chandigarh, India, and he's not just any basketball player from the country. Singh, an agile 25-year-old freak athlete, is big time. He's widely considered the best basketball player in India. It turns out he's an awesome 3x3 player too, a big part of the Amamatsu team that stunned tournament favorite Chicago and Novi Sad Al Wahda and finished second at the FIBA 3x3 World Tour Final this year.
Amjad is huge. I think he's the best player in the tournament, he does everything for our team, from making plays to blocking shots to getting rebounds to scoring. So he's a diamond in the rough.
Amjad Singh, he does everything. He's very versatile. He could shoot the ball. He's very aggressive down low. Great defender, I would say. Blocking shots, help side defender. Yeah, he brings a lot to the team.
Singh isn't too big on self-promotion. He's a humble dude.
I'll say I'm a team player. Yeah, whatever they want me to do, I'll do that for them. I really don't concentrate on these things that I have to make a highlights. I'll be happy if other guys will make highlights, and I help them make that highlights.
The 4 players complimented each other to near perfection, and they were friends off the court too.
We came from all over the world, out from Canada, and we didn't know each other. That was my first time meeting him. But honestly, we've known each other our whole lives. There was no awkward moment. From day one, we just had chemistry. Living with these guys, cracking jokes. They're like my brothers, to be honest.
At the World Tour Masters, we got 6th in Utsunomiya, 3rd in Beijing, and then 2nd in the Abu Dhabi. So a lot of that's, the credit goes to playing together, and the Japan Premier 3x3 League gave us that chance.
What's been impressive about Amamatsu is how smooth the transition has been to the game for each of the players.
Chemistry is huge. Even though there's only 12-second shot clock, you still gotta be able to play together with your teammates. You gotta get them involved, not only offensively, defensively as well. So playing together is the key to win.
When you watch Amamatsu, you have to understand something else. There's a larger mission for Singh and the Gills.
With the help of my teammates, I could change a lot of the people's views about the basketball, because they think that basketball is not that good in India. People say that Indian players can't hoop, and I think we proved a lot of the people wrong, that we can also play.
I think that's the reason we came together as a team in the first place, to have Indian origin players playing in Japan.
The most important thing that we are motivating small kids in India, which will grow up like Indrabir, Bikram and Amjot one day, and we should be their role models.
Familiar foes and big-time rivals got it on in the final as Novi Sad Al-Wahda squared off against Ljubljana. It was the 6th time this season these two met, and with a win, Ljubljana had a chance to break even at 3-3. The Slovenians were going for an Abu Dhabi Doha double, and history was on their side. In all 3 previous editions, the team that won the World Tour final also won the All-Stars as well. And the stakes were high too, with $20,000 on the line going to the winner. And that's why Marko Savage made sure he brought his A game. He went behind the back better than a gossiper, finding a cutting Dusan bullet for an easy score. Novi Sad Al-Wahda were determined to get the win and do it in style. Dejan Majstorovic was going to do whatever it took as well. The maestro dove out of bounds to try to save this ball. No pain, no gain, baby. He showed his hustle and also his beautiful stroke with this 2-point bomb, stretching the early lead to 6 points. It was 8-2. Novi Sad Al-Wahda played with swagger from the start, like they knew they were going to win the game. The Birdman stole a moment from Ljubljana though, flying in for the one-handed throwdown. Caw-caw! But Bulletproof iced it with one of his patented moves and left no doubt who the MVP of the 3x3 Masters was. Novi Sad Al-Wahda won it 21-12.
Mr. Bulletproof loses his footing. Oh, he's got a birdie, and he's got a ball game. Novi Sad Al-Wahda against their bitter rival, Ljubljana, take care of business here at the 3x3 All-Stars in Doha, and they'll be taking home the $20,000 checkers.
They were better. They are better this time. Next time they won't. Like, congrats to them. We'll see you next year.
Ljubljana still left with second place and a $14,000 check though. Not too shabby. But the night belonged to Bullet and Novi Sad Al-Wahda.
We missed the World Tour Championship, but we were tired. Today we came fresh, and when we are fresh, any team is not on our level. I guarantee that.
There were just 7 games at the 3x3 All-Stars, and yet we got one of the best top 5s of the season. Switch to airplane mode, because we're about to take flight. Coming in at number 5, there's a reason why Marko Savage rhymes with Marovic. No look behind the back pass, just like Pete himself, right on the money to Mr. Bulletproof. For the and one, of course. At number 4, former NBA draft pick Tanguy Ngambo says, I might not be able to grow a beard like yours, Bikramjit, but I'll show you what a real grown man looks like. Get your weight up. Number 3, Brighter Cootie tells Dusan Bullet, talk to the hand, or hands, I should say. 2 for safety, just like his mama taught him. At number 2, remember that NBA Jam video game? Well, Adam Musaka does as he goes boom shakalaka on the number 1 3x3 team in the world in the semifinal. And the number 1 play belongs to who else? Brighter Cootie, of course. The Manila Manimal got another screenshot. Al-Haji Bobo Magasa got photobombed, literally, in the worst way. Why he did that? The 3x3 All-Stars lived up to the hype, no doubt. Novi Sad Al-Wada put an exclamation mark on another magnificent year for the team, with Dejan Majstorovic winning the shootout and Dusan Bulik claiming MVP honors. And we were reminded why 3x3 basketball is building momentum big time. The games were fast, furious, and loaded with plenty of razzle-dazzle and above-the-rim plays. It's been another fun season that we know you enjoyed. We'll be coming back next year for more with an even bigger World Tour and the World Championships in France. Remember, you can follow us live on FIBA 3x3 social media channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. We'll leave you with possibly the best mannequin challenge of the season with a brief cameo from you-know-who. So peace out from Doha, y'all. We'll see you again in 2017.
Treća, brate!